What's up, it's Tony back with another episode of the It's Tony podcast. And today we are speaking about J. Cole's new release called Port Antonio. And I'm going to be honest, this is my first reaction. I listened to this song 2 times. And I'm going to be honest, the song is tough. I love the Cleo Soul sample. It's fire. It's fire. I love that song. And I like when rappers go into their R&B bag for a sample. It's always fire, especially when you have a rapper that can really rap. So it makes the sample even better because you're like, damn, you don't know which one to focus on, the fire beat and the fire sample or the bars. That is exactly what this song is about. My favorite verse, honestly, is the first verse. In the first verse, I feel like he is spitting and he's telling a story, and that's the part that I like the most. There are 2 sections of the first verse that I love. The first section that I want to talk about is when he starts with a Michael Jackson scheme, then he gets into a Michael Jordan basketball scheme. And it's fire. The Michael Jackson scheme was easy. It was on the nose. It wasn't hard to explain. He says, I was Mike in Red Leather trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see the heavy metal get popped. That was easy, but it was tough. It was a tough section of the verse. You already know Michael Jackson, the red leather, you got that. And then he said to beat it, and then he said get popped. You know Michael Jackson is the king of pop. It was easy, on the nose. It wasn't hard to explain. And when you keep going, that's when it really starts to get tough. Then he gets into the basketball, Michael Jordan scheme, and this is where it really gets tough. The Michael Jackson scheme was cool. Beat it, popped, that was cool. But when he gets into the basketball scheme, that's when he starts to leave Earth. He says, he was a mean wing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gonna bet on the block. Fire. Fire. That is fire. And he keeps going. But the draft kings bet on the block, basically saying, yo, if I don't make it in basketball, I'm gonna go right back to the block. That was hard. And then he mixed it with DraftKings and everybody's doing betting right now. I think that was tough. That was a fire bar. I don't care what nobody's saying. And J. Cole is one of them when it comes to writing. He is one of the best when it comes to this writing, rapping shit. That was fire. And he continues with the basketball scheme. And I think this was even better than the DraftKings bet on the block part. He says, he wanna ball till he fall or till the Federals knock. Sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was tough. Because he continues with the basketball reference and the street reference of selling drugs and moving careless with rock. And then moving careless with rock, like playing basketball, you might turn the ball over so you get put on the bench. Or moving careless with drugs, and that ended up with you being put on the bench, like in jail, being put on the bench. That was crazy. That was fire. That first verse was tough. It was regular J. Cole just being a great rapper that he is. And shout outs to him. He is one of them. Now for the part that everybody wants to talk about. The second verse. In the beginning, he's rapping. He's doing good. It's cool. But then he gets back into the Kendrick Drake beef, and this is where he loses me. He says, I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood. They wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. What lost me about what he's saying in this verse is not that he's saying lies. I don't believe that it's lies. I believe that may be his perspective on the battle, that they wanted blood and they was doing it for clicks. But when I was listening to the battle, I heard one side, one person in the battle saying, we don't have to go that way. We could keep it rap, we could keep it lyrical. We don't have to go for blood. It could be a friendly fade. I remember somebody saying that, where we could just get our shit off rapping wise and we could leave it at that. But then I heard somebody on the other side doing more than that. Not making it a friendly fade, adding people that didn't need to be a part of the battle into the battle, and making it where everybody is going for blood and it's all out war. That's where it went. But in the beginning, it was not that. So even though I believe that he's being honest with his perspective, I believe that he is bailing himself out or trying to give himself an excuse for why he didn't want to show up and rap. And, oh, we could have went left. No, it did not have to go left. And if you were to rap with Kendrick, I don't think it would have went left. I said this for months on months since the battle happened. If Kendrick and J. Cole rap, I think it would have stayed rap, and I think it would have just been a battle of who is a better lyricist. But that's not the only thing he says in his verse. He continues to say, I wouldn't have lost a battle, dog. I would have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe. And all for what? Just to attain some more props from strangers that don't got a clue what I've been aiming for. And I think that is cool. I think everything he is saying, I think that he is being honest. But I do think he is giving himself an excuse. First, I don't even want to start with the I wouldn't have lost the battle part. That is the part that I'm gonna go crazy in because I think that is just bullshit. Although I think that he is telling his truth, I think that his truth is bullshit. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what excuse you make for J. Cole in this. That is bullshit. But I want to start with him saying, just to get more props from people that don't know what I'm doing this for, I think that's bullshit. A big part of why rappers rap is to get strangers to think that they're nice, is to get strangers to give them accolades and call them the best and have people believing that they are the best. There is no reason for him to go on a feature run and on every feature he says, yo, I'm the best that's doing this, and to big himself up if he doesn't want the audience to believe him. That's what I don't like about rappers and artists in general. They go from, oh, I'm doing this for me, then they go to, yo, I don't care about what these people, these strangers, the people that are listening, I don't care what they are talking about. I don't care how they perceive me. I don't care what they think. That is not true. That is not true. And in my opinion, I believe that people rap to get reactions from people that you don't know. You do it to be the greatest. And who is going to consider you the greatest? It can't just be you by yourself considering yourself the greatest. It has to be people all over the world. There has to be people that don't know you, that you don't know, considering you the greatest. So then you can move forward with saying, I am the greatest, and you know that you have people on your side that will believe, yes, J. Cole is the greatest. So that's why I consider him saying that bullshit. And every artist that says that, I consider what they're saying as bullshit. For instance, another example, when artists come out and they say, fuck the fans, I'm not obligated to give you anything. That is true. That is true. And then they end up saying, oh, y'all are not what got me here. My talent got me here. That is true as well. But also in both of those statements, there is bullshit that lies in that. No, you're not obligated to give the fans nothing. But by giving them music and by showing them your life and giving yourself to them, they help you become this big star that you are. And people need to stop lying. I don't know if people are disillusioned. I don't know if people are just so arrogant in their greatness that they believe that they could have just done this all by themselves and they didn't need the fans, but that is bullshit. The fans, the consumers, they are the ones that tweet about you. They are the ones that spread the word about your music. They are the ones that listen to your music. You might not be doing it for solely one fan, but you are doing it for people to listen. You needed the fans. You needed the strangers to listen and form an opinion. It is the truth. You are in a business where you do things for a reaction. And for a reaction from who? You don't just do this art form for a reaction from the greats. Because the greats don't even pay attention to you until they hear a bunch of people on your bandwagon. So please stop with that. That is bullshit. So when J. Cole is saying, oh, what am I going to do this for? Just for some props from strangers? Yes, nigga, that is what you're going to do it for. That is the same reason why you coming out with a song talking about the Drake-Kendrick beef, because you feel like those strangers are discrediting you and saying, yo, you're not as great as you say you are because you were scared to get in a fade. That is the reason why you're going on this good-ass song with a good-ass sample and you are explaining yourself. That is the truth. Because you don't want people, the strangers, to look at you like, yo, he is scared to lose a battle. He was scared to have a battle. That is why you're explaining yourself. If you didn't care about the strangers, you would not even talk about this anymore. The truth is, those strangers are loud. Their voices are loud. Just like their voices made you go and do 7-minute freestyle and then renege it and then take it away. Those same strangers reacted to you reneging a diss to Kendrick and they said, oh, that's soft. He was scared to lose. And now you want to explain yourself to those strangers that you say you don't need any props from. You want to explain yourself to those strangers, to the audience, and explain, yo, I didn't want to lose a friend. But you do think that you would have won the battle. That is why you're doing this. You wanted to explain it to the strangers. You can't do this, oh, I don't want props from strangers, but I do want to explain myself to strangers. It's either they're strangers and you don't want to talk to them, or they're strangers and the audience is loud, so you have to explain yourself to them and explain that, yo, I am still great and y'all are wrong about me not wanting to be involved in a battle because I thought I was going to lose. I just didn't want to be involved with the battle because I didn't want to lose a friend. Stop with the bullshit. Please stop with the bullshit. Those strangers are important. It's the truth. The consumers are important. Because if they weren't, you wouldn't be explaining yourself. Now for the biggest pack of bullshit in this verse, the part where he says, I wouldn't have lost the battle, I would have lost a friend and gained a foe. I don't believe that. That is not true. He could have had a battle with Kendrick where he just kept it all rap. And he could have either won or lost that battle. And we could have came out saying, oh, Kendrick is a better lyricist than Cole, or Cole is a better lyricist than Kendrick. That's all that it had to be. It did not have to go personal. Kendrick didn't even go personal. When he first came out on Like That, he said, fuck the big three, it's just Big Me. That is not personal. That is not going for blood. That is just being a rapper and saying, fuck the big three, it's just Big Me. I'm greater than y'all. And even in your response, 7-minute drill, where I love the beat. Do I love the angles that you're taking in at this? Hell no. But I love the beat, and some of the stuff that you were saying was cool. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And I don't think that you would have won the battle. I don't think that you're as cerebral as Kendrick. I don't think you have that killer mentality because you think that you couldn't have a friendly fade with your friend without it going totally left. And I just disagree with your perspective. Kendrick said even to Drake, somebody that it seems like they weren't even friends. He said it to Drake. He said, yo, this can go one way or the other. I don't think if you guys had a lyrical battle that it would have went to, oh, we're not friends anymore. It would have just been like, yo, good game. You was cooking me. Then I was cooking you. Now we just let the fans decide. That's what it could have been. And that's what it could have been for Drake as well. But Drake chose to go the personal route. So Kendrick went the personal route. And what this battle has shown us is that Kendrick and Drake are willing to stand in their belief and go against whoever disagrees with them. As for J. Cole, he goes wherever the wind goes. If a bunch of people are saying, oh, don't do this, it looks bad, he's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to do that. And then it looks like if a bunch of people on the other side say, don't do that, he's going to be like, okay, I'm not going to do that. During the battle and after the battle, it looks like J. Cole is just weak. I'm sorry. I'm not saying weak as a man. I'm saying weak as a MC, weak as a rapper. He doesn't want to get into no drama or chaos. But then how can you say that you are the greatest without being tested? And when the opportunity came for you to be tested, you tucked your tail. And now that people have a reaction to you tucking your tail, you want to explain to them that no, you weren't tucking your tail. You were doing it for a whole nother reason. And in my opinion, your reasoning is not valid. I don't think that it would have went that way with Kendrick. I don't think it would have went that way. Then later on the song, he has bars for Drake saying, yo, Drake, I don't have no beef with you. I have no problem with you. People are saying that I'm picking sides, but that's not what it is. I'm not afraid to say that, Drake, you did a lot for me. That is all nice. That all sounds good. But bro, stop trying to act like you don't understand why people are saying that it looks like you pick sides. During the battle, when Drake and Kendrick were going at each other, it looked like you were fucking with all of the people that didn't fuck with Drake. That's what it looked like. Meanwhile, you were apologizing to Kendrick. That's what it looks like. It looks like you picked a side. Stop saying that the people are creating a narrative and that people want to start another war. No, you had the autonomy to make decisions. And with those decisions, people can analyze them and make up assumptions off of your actions. During the battle, you had a feature on an album that people said was dedicated to dissing Drake, with Metro Boomin and Future, who look like they don't fuck with Drake. And not only did you have a song with Future and Metro Boomin, you did 2 songs with people that seem to be associated with Kendrick. You had a song with Ab-Soul and Daylight. They are TDE. They are a part of the West Coast. They are part of the people that are backing Kendrick. Not only did you have one song with them, you had another song with Daylight. a person that seems to be on the side of Kendrick. The optics show. The optics look like you are fucking with a bunch of people that don't fuck with Drake. And that is the truth. And Drake is not wrong for assuming that. And the audience is not wrong for assuming that. Your actions mean things. And people can break down those actions and see, why are you doing that? Why are you doing it right now when it looks like everybody is going against Drake? Why are you doing this? So don't try to make it seem like the audience is starting a narrative or people are saying that you picked a side. That is what it looks like. It's nice that you dedicated that part of your song to saying, Drake, that's not what it was. I fuck with you. But what it comes off as is soft. And I don't care what nobody's saying. People can say that that is an ignorant take. People can say that that's an immature take. But that is what it comes off as. It comes off as you cannot stay firm in your stance and not let nobody push you no way. It looks like the noise pushes you both ways on both sides. It looks like you can't stand where you are. It looks like you are being tugged from both sides and you can't say, I don't want to be tugged. I'm just going to stand where I am. It looks soft. I don't care what nobody says. People are going to say it's ignorant. People are going to say it's immature. He just wants peace. Okay, if you want peace, why are you talking about it again? Why are you even feeding into the narratives that you are saying people are making? Why? What is the reason to do that? Ignore them. If they're strangers and what they're saying means nothing to you, ignore them. Don't come out with a song months after the whole battle is done and say, yo, I wouldn't have lost the battle. Oh, Drake, I still fuck with you. Nigga, just shut up. There's a bunch of other shit you can rap about. In the first verse, you are doing that. You could have just had a whole song doing what you did in the first verse. But no, you felt like you had to clear the air. Why? Because you can be pushed any freaking way. The noise on this side can push you over here. The noise on this side can push you over here. And now you just look like you are playing the fence the whole time. And sometimes playing the fence is dangerous. Just get off the fence and move to another block. Go to the park, nigga. Go away from the fence. Go away from either side. Just go do you. Just rap. All of this comes off as soft. I don't care what nobody says. And it just looked like you aren't built for conflict. And that is why people don't want to hear you saying that you are the greatest. Because when it was time to test that chin, you threw the punch, everybody looked at it and was like, okay, cool. And then you put your hands behind your back and you said, I don't want to throw punches anymore. Because you heard a little bit of noise. Some people just don't want to fight. Some people just don't want to be involved in conflict. And that is okay. So when you see conflict, you go the other way. This was a good song to me. The second verse is full of bullshit. It is. It's Tony from the It's Tony podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. And we just hit 5K. Let's go, y'all. If you have been down since the beginning, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that has subscribed, everybody that has commented, everybody that has liked the video. Thank you, and let's keep going up. I'll see you on the next video.